Fast movement in the spotlight.
All right, tonight we are so lucky to be joined by Kaskade. What is up, man?
Woo, what's happening? What's up?
It's good to see you. It's been a minute. The last time you were here, we talked about your record Dynasty and how you thought this was our time for dance music.
Unbelievable. Is that what did I really say that?
That is verbatim. You were like Miss Cleo.
That's okay. That's good. That's good that is recorded somewhere, that I said that 2 years ago, 2+ years ago. I don't know what, it was around 2 years ago. I do remember that was Dynasty just come out like that week or that month or something. Yeah, that's kind of interesting. I forgot that I had that conversation with you. Yeah,
we've really taken over. Could you ever imagine that it would have gotten this big?
No. I always thought in America it would just be kind of like this cool niche underground heady thing that people who loved it and they found it and you could find it out there, and I thought it would just always be that, and I thought it would be more of a commercial thing overseas, and that was the American role. Now it's just so wild because the American scene has actually eclipsed what's going on overseas, and we are leading the world in electronic music culture and music.
It's crazy to see that, and you have one of the big summer tours out there, the Freaks of Nature. Tell me a little bit about that.
This is the largest, most comprehensive tour I've ever done. It's over 50 cities in a very short amount of time. I'm doing it in 10 weeks, and it's full production. And by that I mean it's 3 tour buses and 2 semi-trucks that go around to every city and unload. It's like, and I come in and I set up the stage, and it's the exact opposite of what a club show is. I think many people, I've been touring and going and doing nightclubs for so long. This was an opportunity to kind of like take it to the next level and just see my show all the way through. Not just the music side, but the artistic expression, the visual element that goes along with it.
Nice. Well, we ran a contest early in the week asking some of our listeners to submit questions. And we really liked this one from a guy named Chris, who pointed out that, throughout your career, you've really done a lot of melodic vocals. Are you going to continue that, or are you going to move more progressive, kind of edgier sound now that you're doing these bigger arenas?
My sound has always been kind of, the anchor has been the lyrics and melody. I started out in very kind of like melodic, chill, deep house. Over the last 15 years, as the venues have grown and the interest has grown in my music, I've played progressively more energetic and bigger sounds. But stylistically, I don't feel like I've changed all that much. I do get a little bit of like feedback, like, oh, you're totally changing. I'm like, oh, not really. If you listen to Fire and Ice, especially the Ice CD, and then put in It's You, It's Me, my album that's almost 10 years old now, it's like, man, there isn't that much of a difference. Some of the singers are even the same. So, although there's a leap forward, because it's like I can't stay in that one place all the time, things will continue to change, but it'll always be anchored in like lyrics and melody for sure.
Well, I'm glad you bring up melody, because you are the king of that. And you always have really good advice for new DJs. So for the guys listening, what's a good way to, I guess, write a great melody? What inspires you to do that?
That's a tough one, because I feel like when I hear a track or I'm just sitting composing something, or a lot of people actually send me music to write over, like when I worked with Deadmau5 or with Skrillex, they're like, hey, are you hearing anything on top of this? And if the song inspires me, just kind of instantaneously, I do hear something, and I have to work it out. It takes some time to work it out, but I'm like, oh man, I am hearing melody, and I kind of just sit there and hum into a microphone until I then cut up my different little pieces until I've like, oh, this does make a cool melody. Just sit there and work it out. Typically, I hear something fairly quick, and if I don't, then I'm like, yeah, I need to keep working on the music side of it, or this isn't something for me to write over. It's like if there's nothing there, there's nothing there. You can't force it. It's like either happening or it's not.
Well, one of my favorite melodies is Turn It Down. Kind of curious about that song, because as a DJ, you never want to hear Turn It Down. Was that written for all the DJs out there that redline their mixer?
No, but it should be. Yes, that's what it's about. I actually didn't come up with a melody on that. Rebecca and Fiona are great songwriters, and they're from Stockholm, and I had met them, and they happened to be in LA, like at the same time I was working on Fire and Ice, and I'm like, hey, you guys should come on down, because we'd gone back and forth. I'd met them numerous times in Miami, and the timing was just perfect, and I played them what was like a really rough version of Turn It Down, the music part of it. And they're like, oh, we hear something. And we kind of just sat in the room together that night and worked it out. Turn It Down. I always one of my songs from an earlier album, Be Still, a dance song named Be Still. To me, that's funny. I like the irony. So,
well, Well, let's check out the irony now. Why don't you introduce your record?
Yeah, here it is, Turn It Down, featuring Rebecca and Fiona.
Putting the world's biggest stars at your fingertips. The Mass Movement with Joe Bermudez. Join the movement now at massmovementradio.com.